Good morning, movers and shakers. Can you hear me out there? Post a comment if you can. Oh, looks like they can hear us.
There we go. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning.
You're hanging out with Michael Walgrave and Garrett Beener. We are both in the same studio together, so we're trying a little something different today on our last show of week 7. We're finishing off our 7-county Metro of Twin Cities tour. Thank you for hanging out, and hopefully you learned a lot over the last 7 weeks. We're in episode 35. Excellent job, Mr. Beener, in your productions over this time.
Thank you.
Excellent. If you'd like to create something much like this, please reach out to we'll throw it
cove.tv.2024@gmail.com.
Sounds good. Throw that in the comment section there.
Thank you, Amber. I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Very reasonable prices for getting stuff done pretty quickly. He does graphics, logos, songs, jingles, show production, behind the scenes. Great value, great value. I appreciate you doing the work and taking care of the business for this. It wouldn't have happened otherwise. So, again, Garrett Beener is the man you need to talk to get your job done. He can get stuff rolling for you as early as this week, so give him a shout. You can also give me a shout if you have any questions about real estate or you want to hear more about what Beans can bring. I can also speak on his behalf. Michael at walgrave.com, 612-930-2929. As you can tell, I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan because I reside in the Twin Cities region. Previous to what I was doing before realtor for Remax Advantage Plus and the Walgrave Real Estate Group, I was a military veteran with the 173rd Airborne Brigade out of Italy. Been deployed to Afghanistan. I went back to school afterwards for an agribusiness degree and also a sustainable management master's degree. So I got a little street education, a little classroom education, and everything in between. So feel free to reach out to me for this kind of agency. Our office is located in Savage, Minnesota. That's the Walgrave Real Estate Group. We are also part of the Minnesota Real Estate Team, which is under the Remax Advantage Plus umbrella. So, without further ado, let's give you some stats here. Load up the stats. We're looking at Ramsey County this week, so the stats are specifically around Ramsey County. It's the home of St. Paul, Minnesota, the capital of Minnesota. From July 2021 to July 2024 is kind of the info I'm looking at here. It's off of InfoSparks off the MLS platform that I have access to as a realtor. Median sale price in 2021 in July was $325,000 for a home. Now up to July 2024, $375,000. So things have appreciated $50,000 over the course of that 2-3 year period. Homes for sale back then was 829. Not too much different at 784, a little bit lower, a little less inventory on the market. Median days on the market were 12 to 6 median days. And average days on the market were 28 to 35 days. You may ask, what's the difference between the median and the average? Median is kind of the basic middle number of all the numbers. It goes from ascending to descending in order. If you have a data set on days on the market for a group of homes, the median is the number where half of the homes have a shorter duration and half of the homes on the list have a longer duration. The median is less affected by extreme values or outliers, such as when you use an average. For example, if most homes sell within a reasonable time frame, but a few stay on the market for an unusually long time, the median will still give you a good sense of the typical market setting without being skewed by those extreme cases. Average days will do a little bit different. Some homes will get stuck there for a while, others will fly off the market. So I would go with the median days on the market for a general better sense of what the market is like and how fast things are moving. So if you want to buy a house, you're going to first have to, you can talk to a realtor such as myself, but what we'll tell you is that you're going to have to talk to a mortgage lender as your next step. And one lender that we recommend that we've worked with and we've had on this show is Mike Overson from Luminate. He's located in the same building as us at the Walgrave Real Estate Group in Savage, Minnesota. He's a lending partner with the Minnesota Real Estate Team. You can catch him on Saturdays on the Minnesota Real Estate Show from 10 to 11 Central Standard Time. Great dude. highly recommend going to applywithmike.com. Start there. He'll tell you what you can purchase or what you can't purchase, what you need to do to purchase something. It's got a lot of great workarounds. If you come into problems with the VA loan, or you come into problems with the conventional, house has problems not meeting what it needs to be for the bank to give you a loan, he's sorted through all this stuff. So he's a great guy to have in your corner, and he can make things happen for making this home happen. There's also a really cool mortgage calculator tool. Kind of give your own self what you might be able to afford. I think we got a link up there. It's applywithmike.com/resources. It'll be in the comments there. Feel free to check that out. That's a free tool to use. Put in different numbers to see where you stand and what you have to pay per month for your mortgage. Most times it'll probably be less than what you're paying for rent. All right. Well, with that, let's move on to the next segment. We got a couple of YouTube videos. In the past, we've kind of looked at the counties or the city YouTube videos, but I feel like to end the whole look at the Twin Cities, we'll just look at Minneapolis, St. Paul, the heart of it all. And play that beautiful YouTube footage.
All right, here we go.
If you're looking for a place that has great culture, food, and plenty of things to do, then the Twin Cities are a great place to visit. First, there are two cities to deal with great contrasting cultures and their own unique activities. But being that there's two cities, it can be hard to know what to do to make the most of each city's culture. I've put together a list of the best things you'd never miss out on while visiting Minneapolis and St. Paul. From touring the excellent museums to checking out breathtaking Mississippi Gorge, there's something for everyone. Discover what these two cities have to offer by taking a look at our list of the best things you should never miss out on while visiting Minneapolis and St. Paul. Hi, my name is Kyle of viatravelers.com. I want to show you the best things to do in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Why? Because I've been a local to the Twin Cities for nearly my entire life. Well, I've been to plenty places around the world. I always keep coming back home to you, my dear Twin Cities. Shout out to my Atmosphere fans. I run Via Travelers. If you like this guide, I'd appreciate a subscribe by hitting that shiny red button below. Or you can always stop by my blog at any time by visiting viatravelers.com. Welcome to this video where I'll be your mini tour guide, showcasing some of the best attractions, activities, and things to do in Minneapolis and St. Paul, with video footage from yours truly. We've got an ever-changing landscape of new venues popping up every day, so it's hard for even locals sometimes, but don't worry, because we're going to cover a lot of them here today. From food, art galleries, museums, bars, everything that makes a city great will be covered. In this video, I'm going to show you one from each side of the Twin Cities. For example, I'll cover one side of Minneapolis and then one side of St. Paul to keep it fresh for you. And also you can see the contrasting styles that I so truly love. Number 1, hang around Cathedral Hill and tour Cathedral of St. Paul. The Cathedral of St. Paul is the head church of the Episcopal Diocese of Minnesota and still serves as house of worship to thousands every single week. This cathedral is a true masterpiece and is one of the best examples of Romanesque architecture in the entire United States. This cathedral stands tall over St. Paul, looking over both the city and the capital, as well as the old world charm of the surrounding neighborhood of Cathedral Hill. Cathedral Hill is a great area to hang out in that it features plenty of amazing bars and restaurants that had that classic St. Paul old world charm, as well as some modern flair. Number 2, visit the chain of lakes for any activity you can possibly think of. Minneapolis's most famous park is the Chain of Lakes Regional Park, which features expansive gardens, 3 gorgeous lakes which you can explore via bike ride or even walking or hiking. Minneapolis is called the City of Lakes for a reason. There isn't a ton of sprawling metropolis out there that feature this much outdoor activity. In Minnesota, lakes are one of our most passionate attractions. The Chain of Lakes Regional Park is the most popular segment of lakes in all of Minneapolis and the surrounding areas. This series of lakes are located right in the middle of South Minneapolis, and each lake has its own unique characteristics. Number 3, check out professional sports team. In the Twin Cities and Minnesota in general, sports are a big deal. The Twin Cities has 4 major professional sports teams, including Minnesota Timberwolves, Minnesota Wild, Twins, and of course, the Minnesota Vikings, Gold Vikes. Each one of these teams has their own stadium, and they're all gems and experiences in their own way, except the Target Center. Sorry, Timberwolves fans. But that's not all. Let's not forget the amazing atmosphere at Allianz Field in St. Paul for Minnesota United games, professional MLS team in the state. Also, if you're staying in downtown St. Paul during summer, you absolutely need to see a St. Paul Saints game. It's like a carnival that just so happens to have a baseball game breakout during it. Number 4, get lost along the Mississippi River Gorge. Another one of my personal favorite free things to do is touring Mississippi Gorge Regional Park. This park features even more sprawling hiking, biking, and cross-country ski trails to fill more of those athletic adventures that Minnesotans truly love. I love the Windchill Trail located right along the river. Beyond hiking and biking, there are several beaches located along the river that locals frequent. You may even see a bonfire at night in the summer. These trails are located on the banks of the Mississippi, of course, but most importantly along the Great River Road National Scenic Byway, or West Great River Parkway, which is a national scenic drive that spans over 500 miles along the Mississippi River, making it a great spot for capturing beautiful fall colors. Number 5, visit the Minnesota State Capitol Building. The Minnesota State Capitol Building is a must-see while you're in St. Paul. It's the heart of the state government.
Rock and roll, rock and roll. If you want to watch all 15 best things to do in Minneapolis and St. Paul, click on the link. That was brought to you by Via Travelers at their YouTube page. That video was created in 2021. Good stuff, good drone footage. The next video, we're going to do best things to do in Minneapolis and St. Paul. This is brought to you by Viewcation. It's their YouTube. Came out in 2022. Another travel-esque YouTube page.
Here we go.
In Minneapolis and St. Paul. Mongtown Marketplace. The Twin Cities are incredibly diverse, and St. Paul's Mongtown Marketplace is proof. Named after the Hmong people, this marketplace offers Southeast Asian food, produce, and exotic staples. You can pick up plants and vegetables of all kinds, including many that are difficult to find in typical Western supermarkets, like bitter melon. And if you've got a green thumb, be sure to get a couple of starter plants to grow at home. Don't forget to get a bite to eat from one of the food stands to try some delicious dishes from Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, or Thailand, like pho, black rice, stir fries, and bubble tea. Then browse the crafts market to pick up some authentic Asian goods. Wabasha Street Caves. The Twin Cities have a unique connection with the heyday of Prohibition-era gangsters, and you won't get a closer look at the mob's history than the Wabasha Street Caves. Formerly a mine, these man-made chambers were cut from the rock in St. Paul and eventually fell into mobsters' hands. Once a restaurant, casino, and gangster hotspot, these cave networks are renovated and make for a unique tourist destination. A tour guide will take you through the underground hideout, walking you through its history. The caves even offer a swing night, though you'll have to remember the password to get into the speakeasy. You can also take a 2-hour bus tour through St. Paul, visiting places where notorious gangsters carried out gun battles, robberies, or kidnappings. It's a piece of St. Paul's history that's not to be missed. Rock walls and axes. If you're looking to physically test yourself or try out a new skill, Minneapolis has you covered. But what if you're not feeling like a typical exercise? Bad Axe Throwing has 2 locations in Minneapolis and is affiliated with the World Axe Throwing League. Bookings are recommended, but walk-ins are accepted too. What can make for a more exhilarating night out than learning to throw an axe? If throwing hardware doesn't appeal to you, then maybe the Minneapolis Bouldering Project has what you're looking for. This 40,000 square foot facility houses climbs and circuits ranging in difficulty from beginner to pro. Shoes and chalk are included in your first visit, and these climbs will test you physically and mentally. If you're a climbing expert or beginner, be sure to check out the Minneapolis Bouldering Project while you're in the city. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. And stick around for more about Minneapolis and St. Paul. Mall of America. If shopping and entertainment is your idea of a good time, the Mall of America is not to be missed. This record-breaking shopping destination is the largest mall in the U.S. and the 7th largest in the world. Covering millions of square feet, it's big enough to easily fit 7 Yankees stadiums inside. With so much space, there's something for everyone. There's over 520 shops, close to 90 restaurants, bars, and eateries, and entertainment galore. So the Mall of America is a world of destinations in one massive package. Inside the mall is also the Sea Life Aquarium, the largest of its kind in Minnesota, and the world's biggest indoor theme park, Nickelodeon Universe. Mill City Museum. During the 1800s, Minneapolis was a powerhouse of flour milling, grinding out the flour for millions of loaves of bread daily. Visitors to the Mill City Museum can learn all about this vital and fascinating part of the city's history. Located along the Mississippi riverfront, Mill City Museum takes visitors on a journey through the city's industrial heyday. Built out of a decommissioned grain mill, the museum offers tours, interactive water and baking exhibits, short films detailing the history of Minneapolis, and an awesome grain elevator ride through the 8-story Flour Tower. From the observation deck, you can take some of the best photos where you'll get unbeatable views of the river and historic Stone Arch Bridge. Flower Power built Minneapolis, and Mill City Museum is a must-see for all ages. St. Paul architecture. Any residents of the Twin Cities will tell you that Minneapolis is more modern, but St. Paul is classier. And with a variety of spectacular architectural attractions, there's plenty to see here. Starting with Summit Avenue, the greatest collection of Victorian architecture in the U.S. Summit Avenue is worth a slow drive or a walk to soak in the regal and pristine mansions and homes. The highlight is the James J. Hill House, a mansion open for visitors and tours, giving you a glimpse of the lifestyle of the ultra-rich from another era. Worth visiting is the Landmark Center, nicknamed Downtown Castle for obvious reasons. This magnificent and unique structure was built to reflect European castles and houses St. Paul's Visitor Information Center. The building served as an important legal facility, and guided tours can give you insight into its past. Overall, it's a unique building with stunning architecture, and not a site to be passed up on. And we have to mention St. Paul's Cathedral. While Minneapolis has the similarly impressive Basilica of St. Mary, no tour of the city's architecture would be complete without visiting this cathedral. With a huge dome, stained glass windows, and intricate statues and decorations, it's a beautiful landmark and a must-see in St. Paul. Take in the art scene. An artistic spirit is alive and well in Minneapolis, and the city has numerous opportunities to explore its community. For a free look at the creativity on offer, head to the Walker Sculpture Garden. The garden hosts hundreds of installations, big and small, and can be freely explored all day. Be sure to snap a selfie in front of the iconic Spoon Bridge and Cherry, and take your time exploring the beauty of the sculptures and the park setting. If more traditional displays appeal to you, then your destination is the Minneapolis Institute of Art, or MIA for short. Over 90,000 artworks are housed at MIA from every continent except Antarctica. You'll find paintings, textiles, sculpture, political art, and so much more. The museum also hosts exhibitions year-round, so it's always a good time to visit. Minnesota history. With thousands of years of human habitation, there's a lot about the state you can learn in St. Paul. Built in 1819, historic Fort Snelling offers a fascinating insight to life in the past. Tours of this site will let visitors learn not only about the military history, but also the history of the native people who first inhabited the land, and the enslaved people forced to work on its grounds. It's a fascinating and sobering look at the past, and also a pretty cool way to get closer to history. Also in St. Paul is the Minnesota History Center, a museum offering loads to learn and plenty of interactive exhibitions. The museum contains collections and exhibitions from different walks of life, and the building itself is a work of art. It's a great place for children and adults. Chain of lakes. Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, and for good reason, even if the number is actually higher than that. Located in Minneapolis is the so-called Chain of Lakes, connecting Lake Calhoun, Lake of the Isles, and Lake Harriet into a beautiful and unique park setting. While the state offers plenty of water destinations, the Chain of Lakes provides it all within the convenience of the city. Walk or cycle on the trails around them, rent a canoe and take to the water, stand-up paddle through shaded rivers, or get your rod and permit and try some fishing. Minnehaha Park. One of the best things to do in Minneapolis is explore Minnehaha Park. Historically the second state park in the U.S., it features the most photographed location in the city, Minnehaha Falls. The falls have fascinated and delighted people since pioneering days and remain an immensely popular attraction. The park itself is a popular area for walking, running, or cycling, and features numerous trails. Visitors will also find several historic sites and sculptures, and will get to learn plenty about the history of the park and the city. It's worth a visit in the winter, as the waterfall sometimes freezes. Music past and present. Did you know Minneapolis is the birthplace of legendary musician Prince? It was here he developed his signature Minneapolis sound, a funk and synth pop mix. The legend lives on, and the city offers unique experiences to music aficionados. It's almost harder to find a night that doesn't have live music playing. The city is packed with venues ranging from intimate to extraordinary, and they've hosted local and world-class acts. Of particular note is First Avenue, which offers more than 550 concerts per year and has Prince's star on its iconic Star Wall. While there's more to Minneapolis and St. Paul than just Prince, his impact on the world and music should be explored while in the Twin Cities. Alphabet Streets offers an intimate tour through Minneapolis and Prince's past, exploring sites and locations and revealing stories about how the artist's unique sound was shaped by an equally unique city. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite part about the Twin Cities? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.
Very nice, very nice.
I loved that sculpture garden when we went up there for the Twins game years ago. It was so cool. I mean, it was just, you just went, and I think you had to pay $2 for parking. But other than that, I mean, it was just a massive, massive sprawl of all these cool. Oh, I mean, it was a beautiful day too, and you could see the whole Minneapolis skyline from there. Nice green park and trees, and it was so dope.
The parks and the arts, very big in the Twin Cities. That's definitely worth moving there. You like comedy, you like music, you like museums, architecture. It's a very well developed metro area in the country. So. And not the most expensive as you see with like New York and San Francisco and stuff like that. So welcome to Minnesota. Give me a shout. We'll find a home for you here. 612-930-2929. All right. Now we'll move into the next segment of the show. We've been doing the MikeWalgrave.com. That's my real estate page. You can search for properties there. Still trying to figure out how to take down the... After 2 or 3 searches, it'll ask you for your email and phone number. I'd appreciate it if you put your actual stuff in there. I won't harass you by any means, but you'll be on the list, and I can send you great things such as an auto search where it'll give you a weekly update on the properties that you're trying to find in the area. And it's just nice to kind of have that, and then you can kind of casually look at it as you're going into trying to figure out where you want to live. Definitely you should do your own active search too, and then collaborate between yourself and the realtor to narrow into exactly what you're looking for. But today we're doing waterfront, water-themed properties on this glorious Friday. The first one is these are all in Ramsey County, by the way. The first one is 896 Mississippi River Boulevard in South St. Paul. Actually, Boulevard South in St. Paul. Land is it's just a piece of land, so it has yet to be developed yet. Just to give you an idea what land goes for in good location to the St. Paul. It's $550,000 they're looking for to build on. The home to be built by Highland Bridge Custom Homes. They got some great builders in the Twin Cities. If you need to find yourself a builder, I can help you out with that as well. And this will be along the Mississippi River. It's 0.16 acres. There's 15 lots in the neighborhood available. And according to the listing, this is one of the most sustainable neighborhoods in Minnesota based on its parks. I'm guessing the location is pretty solid. But yeah, these are all styles of homes that they can build for you. All right. Moving on down the road, we're going to 253 McCarran's Place West. This is in Roseville. This is a townhouse. It's rocking in at $699,900, just under $700,000. Built in 2023, so new build, new construction. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,300 square foot place with 0.1 acres. Nice high ceilings, beautiful cabinetry and appliances, all the modern bells and whistles you could hope for. I don't have the HOA fee in front of me, but that's something to consider when looking to purchase something like this.
Usually I'm not a fan of like the white or, whatever but I don't mind that. It's like a cream, I would say. I don't know.
Right?
Not too far from the lake there.
Oh. Cairns County Park.
That's cool.
Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. I think I'd be okay with living there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Moving on down the road, we're going to 1901 15th Northwest. This is in New Brighton. This property is rocking in at $850,000, built in 1963. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 0.5 acres. Has 2,600 square feet finished living space, and it's located on Long Lake. I believe this property hasn't been on the market in the recent last 50 years or so. So, who's ever lived there, they've lived there for a moment. Looks like they made quite a few updates.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I'd rather buy a lake house in the Twin Cities area than go up north to buy. I know we've talked about that before.
Absolutely.
Because I have the same experience. There's lots of pockets of nature and lakes in the area. And then you're saving yourself an extra mortgage, you're going to have to drive 2 hours north where everybody else is driving 2 hours north on the weekends. You're going to be fighting traffic. You got to haul your toys all around. Get up there, take a day to clean the place up and make the lawn look nice. And then you got maybe a day to enjoy it. And then you got to shut everything down and take another hell ride back to the Twin Cities with the family. I'd rather just pay up a little bit and just combine both your living with your lake home dream. So just a hot tip from Walgrave here. All right, moving down the road. Going to 675 Sunset Court. This one is in Shoreview. This one's rocking in at $2.6 million. Oof. It's in Turtle Lake. This is on one of the more expensive properties for sale in Ramsey right now. It was built in 2021. Fairly new home, 4,200 finished square feet, 0.97 acres, 4-bed, 4-bath. Looks like the price, it's been on the market for 9 months, so it's been on there longer than probably what they'd like it to be. They've lowered the price in June, $150,000, or 6% of the asking initial price. So they're probably open for negotiations from the buyers. Stores. Piano nook. I think you should go up there and just live in a different house every week. And just check out. Wonder if we could make that a show. Do some cooking in the kitchen, show the kitchen work.
The worst part would be packing every 5 days.
Right. We'd have to keep light with the equipment and such.
Beautiful home, though.
Oh, yes. Granite countertops, cool backsplash area, stainless steel appliances, a little bit different hardware than the other homes. Love the big windows and the light, tall ceilings, entryway, cubby holes, cool bathroom, big old master bathroom or primary suite.
Dang.
His and her bathroom. Is that called the Jack and Jill bathroom?
I believe that. I always thought it was called the Jack and Jill.
Where they have 2 sinks in there. Yeah. Keep your products on your side of the bathroom. Wow, basement, full bar.
Just missing. You could just get an air fryer and you'd have a whole kitchen access.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a dishwasher down there. Probably a good idea to have that near your bar anyways.
Yeah.
One thing I haven't seen, my dad, he's canning vegetables today. Harvested all his tomatoes, he's canning tomato juice. And he sets up every year like his outdoor kitchen where he has like a couple of burners, a couple of grills, and just his work area. be nice to have something like that just built into your place
Yeah.
or outdoors. The outdoor kitchen perhaps might be a new thing.
2.6 million.
Start saving.
If you want any information on our showing, reach out 612-930-2929.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Good homes to dream upon. Perhaps buy if you're in that range. That one, like I said, they lowered the price $150,000. They're becoming more motivated to sell after having it on the market for that long. So if you like a tour, you know where to find it. All right. Well, I got a little something different here on the next list. This guy, I've watched him blow up his channel in the last 5 years or whatever. I found him when he only had about 1,000 followers. He's a diehard Packer fan, so he's got that going against him, not being a Viking fan. But love this dude. I thought this was a professionally made show by the time I found him. Thought he was doing Saturday Night Live skits based on the NFL teams. Great production. I reached out to him like last year or so. He had mentioned he was looking to move to Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, dude, you need a realtor. I can find you one in Wisconsin. I'm not licensed in Minnesota, but he thought that was pretty cool. And it looks like he found a realtor and was able to find his house finally. So just a little bit on, just for the purpose of seeing a YouTuber move up in the world. He's gunning for 1 million viewers now coming up. That's his goal this year. We'll see if he gets it. But yeah, play that beautiful Tom Grossi footage.
All right, here we go.
This is you, Garrett.
So I bought a house.
Again, I just felt him. God, man, you ain't help get to 1 million. Let me know.
This past Monday was my 9-year anniversary of starting PACcast. I recorded the very first episode at 1919 Kitchen and Tap, which is in Lambeau Field, and released the very first episode on August 26th, 2015. Earlier that year, that January, I made my very first reaction video, which was on this very couch with this very old camcorder. It was a 66-second video, and little did I know it would lead to all of this. From working 6 years as a high school social studies teacher while making videos, to hitting 100,000 subscribers on September 1st, 2020, to leaving teaching on June 25th, 2021, and even raising $1 million for charity this past June. All of it has happened right here in this room and in this house. And so next year will mark my 10th year of making content, and this upcoming NFL season will be my last season in this house. I've been trying to move to Wisconsin for the past 3 years through failed offers or accepted offers that fell through, or doing 30 and 30 instead of buying a house. All of this led up to 2 weeks ago where I finally closed on my home. It's something that I'm really excited about. I am also absolutely terrified, and it's also a bit sad. And it's going to be a pretty big change. Professionally, there are a lot of advantages. I'm going to be able to watch the Packers live on cable, so there won't be a delay for any of their games. I'll have closer access to Green Bay. I'll have a bigger studio space. And this is all really exciting. And personally, it's also a big change, not only for friends and family that are here in New York, but also because I started PACcast here, in this room, in this house. It was on a white folding table where I made my own lighting system out of PVC piping and halogen bulbs from Home Depot. This is also the place that for the past 9 years, we have built this community. That couch and the red spot, RIP, are iconic now. This desk, I have sat thousands and thousands of hours recording over 3,700 videos and over 1,300 live streams. What I'm trying to say is this place is important to me. And I think for some of you, it's important to you too, which is why I want to make sure that we try to send it out the right way. Because 4 years ago on September 1st, 2020, I got that. The silver play button because we reached 100,000 subscribers. 3 weeks later, I unboxed that silver play button live at this desk, and I hung it up in that very particular spot. The reason it's in that spot is because I wanted to leave the spot opposite it completely empty. For if I was to ever get the gold play button, which would mean that I hit 1 million subscribers. And now that spot has been empty for about 4 years. And now we have one final season to try and fill it. Because this is not just I bought a house video. This is the video where I'm going to try and get 1 million subscribers this season. And I'm not going to lie, it is going to be a near impossible task. We currently have 663,000 subscribers, which means I would need 337,000 more in order to get that gold play button. And that would mean I'd have to double the amount of subscribers I usually get. And this upcoming season, I plan on working harder than ever. I just announced Chaotic Good Sports, which is a new show that will be airing on Tuesday on this channel, and that will make it so I will be streaming at least 6 days a week. And once December rolls around, it will be 7 for December football. I plan on once again streaming every Packers game, every primetime game, every playoff game, and putting out a ton of content for you to enjoy. And still, with all of that work and the work that has been put out for years, it's still going to be a near impossible goal. But then again, this was pretty much all impossible as well. From sitting on that couch 9 years ago to record a reaction video, to going to 30 NFL stadiums in 30 days to raise over $500,000 for St. Jude, to going to 5 countries in 10 days this past June and raising even more money for charity. All of this has seemed like an impossible goal. But we're here. So, regardless of how impossible this may seem, let's frickin' frack and go. This is a dream that I've been trying to achieve and have thought about every single day for nearly a decade. And so I am going to do my very best to send this house out the only way I know how, by working hard, helping people, and a whole lot of chaotic good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the road to 1 million subscribers begins now. The final season in this house begins now. Because eventually, this will be home.
Unmute.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Grossi, big fan. So yes, YouTubers are making enough money to buy homes these days. Took him 9 years though to get to where he's at. That's personally, Garrett, I think you're on a faster track than Grossi. You just
I hope.
copy his formula and speed it up a couple of years. And but yeah, definitely a good dude. Reaches out, lots of love on his show, gives shout outs to everyone. It's kind of made it a personal thing for people. So it's not like these big corporations kind of thing where you have not a chance to talk to the host and what have you, as traditional media has been. And Grossi's taken that on and grown his Grossi posse and created a whole lot of chaotic good. Part of his success has probably also come from teaming up with Parnell. There's another YouTuber he teamed up with, and together they did the GPS show together. They separated probably about a year or two ago, and his other partner's doing excellent as well as too. So, but check him out. Yeah, and send him some love. Tell him Walgrave says hi. All right. Going on for events, I think all I need to say is Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's one of the top 10 in the country, and it's been going on since August 22nd, and it'll be finishing up this Labor Day, September 2nd. So you have a few days to get to the fair. If you are thinking about going, I'd go today. This Friday is beautiful here in Rock County in any case. Yeah, might get around the lines. I don't know. The first weekend, they crushed records, I guess. So very popular event. So all right. With that being said, kind of wind down this last show 35, week 7. Twin Cities real estate shows also to check out. These guys will keep rolling. I'm not sure what our schedule is going to be coming up. I will continue to be doing virtual tours of the open houses I conduct, hopefully 1 to 3 a weekend. You can still find that at Moving Minnesota. Perhaps maybe do them live. I don't know. Live from the open house. Something to consider. chat with the production team. But these other shows will continue on. U.S. Home Talk with Marcus Walgrave and Jason Walgrave, my cousins, and Mike Overson from Luminate. They meet on Wednesdays at noon at Central Standard Time. You can find them on YouTube, Facebook. I believe we got a link for them. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. That will let you know when they're going live. The other show to talk about is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We had Ryan O'Neill on the show, the host of the Minnesota Real Estate Team. The Real Estate Show, started the Minnesota Real Estate Team. That was a really good interview. You check that in our archives. His show with others such as Mike Overson and their partner vendors that we work with can be found on Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, live on WCCO Radio and also YouTube and Facebook. Sounds like we got a train coming through the house here shortly.
Sorry.
So you can find the link for YouTube at Ryan O'Neill in the link. It's coming right at us. All right.
It should be done now.
I think we're safe.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
Nope.
When I lived around the neighborhood, that was always a good wake-up noise. It's basically the train that goes between the ethanol plant through town to the grain elevator, and yeah, about once a day you'll hear that. It's not too bad, just kind of it's not the background noise we're looking for.
Inconvenient timing, that's for sure.
Oh, they're giving us a sound off. Thank you, train. Well, that's our sign. We got to get rolling here. Got to get moving on. This is Moving Minnesota with Michael Walgrave, your host, and Garrett Beans-Beener producing. We appreciate you guys sitting in, all the comments, likes, shares. That really has made our day. Just giving us a good thumbs up. Get out there and spread the love today. Get out there and learn something today. Get out there and get some exercise on this beautiful, glorious day. Yes, like, subscribe, share, notification bells will keep you informed of what we got cooking up next. And yeah, again, appreciate you all stopping by for Moving in Minnesota. Any closing thoughts, Garrett?
It's been an amazing time, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on the flip. Peace.
See ya.